Hello everyone, and welcome back to another year of Walkin the Halls. My name is Mr. Shell, and I'm the Clawson Middle School and High School Principal. And Walkin the Halls is our opportunity to spend a little time with our staff members, get to know them, have a little bit of fun. And today I'm joined by Johanna Sherry. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure, our pleasure. So our first episode of the year, we're going to get to know Miss Sherry. She's new here to the middle school, and we're going to walk the halls with her. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Question number one. We're going to start easy.
All right.
So how long have you been on staff here at Clawson Middle School?
This is my first year, so just a couple months now.
First year. Okay, so what do you do at the middle school?
I'm a school social worker, so I work with students, help them get through their day, any behavioral support they might need.
Okay, so middle school social worker. Okay. What about prior to coming here? Did you work in any other districts doing the same thing?
I was at East Point last year for a year, working at the elementary schools there.
Okay, so let's kind of go back a little bit into your personal history and talk about where you grew up and things like that. Like, where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school in Hazlitt, so at Hazlitt High School, which is over in the Lansing area.
Okay. What about your undergrad degree? Where'd you go to college?
I went to MSU for my undergrad, and for grad school I went to Wayne State.
Okay. Now is where we transition into the really important deep dive questions, okay? So, your favorite Halloween candy, what is it? What's
This
your go-to?
year I'm going with Skittles.
You're going with Skittles. Okay. So here's an interesting one. If we had to ask you what your favorite artist on your playlist is that you might not want us to know because you might be a little bit embarrassed, and I'll say for me it would be, I do have a Taylor Swift song on there. For you, who would that be?
I'm gonna have to go Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers. A little bit of a throwback. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Staying on the celebrity theme, who would be a celebrity crush that you have?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, actor, obviously, correct? Okay, not so up on those guys. But Chris Evans is an actor. I do know that. Okay, so big week. We know it's rivalry week right now. Who do you have Saturday, MSU or U of M?
Paul Bunyan is staying where he is. He's staying in East Lansing. Go Green.
And now you have a little bit of an affiliation with Michigan State, other than just your undergrad degree, correct?
Correct. I grew up there. My dad's a professor there.
Your dad's a professor there. Awesome. So last couple of questions. If you weren't a social worker, what do you think that you would be doing?
I think I'd probably be an engineer.
An engineer?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And very last question. What's your favorite thing so far about being a member of the Clawson Middle School staff?
So far, it's had to be the staff and the students. They're all so wonderful.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today, and we certainly appreciate you being one of our new teammates at Clawson Middle School. We value everything you do, and thank you for joining us on our very first episode of Walkin the Halls this year.
Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Walkin the Halls. I'm Mr. Shell, Clawson Middle School and High School Principal, and today we are joined by Mrs. Brenna Miller. Welcome, Brenna.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So Walkin the Halls is our opportunity to get to know Mrs. Miller, have a little bit of fun, and kind of see where she's at with our tough, hard-hitting questions. So, Mrs. Miller, are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's do this.
Okay, we start easy and then we build up. So first question, how long have you been at Clawson High School?
I've been at the high school for 8 years. This is my 8th year here.
You're number 8, okay.
Year number 8.
What do you do here?
I am the school psychologist.
So what does that mean? What does that entail?
So that means I get to hang out with kids, kind of if they're having issues or they just need someone to process some stuff with, come to my office and talk to me. I get to work with students with IEPs, 504s, kind of run the gamut.
Okay, all right. And everybody knows here that you do a great job at that, and we so appreciate it. So,
Thank you.
what about prior to being at Clawson? Did you work in any other school districts?
No, I actually didn't, but I worked while I was at Clawson my first year. I was part-time when I first started. So my other part-time job was actually at Farmington at a couple of the elementary schools there.
Okay.
So I was at high school, and then every other day I was at the Farmington elementary schools.
Where did you yourself go to high school?
I went to Novi High School.
So fighting Wildcat.
Fighting Wildcat.
Okay.
Yep.
What about college?
College, for my undergrad I went to Grand Valley,
Okay.
which is the best college ever.
All right.
And then for my master's I went to Wayne State, which was an awesome experience too.
Okay. Now let's dig a little deeper and get crazy here. You ready?
Let's do it.
Favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite Halloween candy, I gotta go with Reese's.
Reese's, like the original Reese's Cups?
Reese's Cups. I'll do
Okay.
Pieces too,
Okay.
you know, in a dire situation, but I'd go
Okay.
Cups all day.
Cups all day.
Cups all day.
Okay, so let's talk about your music playlist. If you had one that maybe you're just a little bit embarrassed to tell me about, that's on your playlist, like for me, mine would be Taylor Swift, okay?
Okay.
Who would that be? Who you got on there?
I mean, I guess my inclination would be to go to Frank Sinatra, but I shouldn't be embarrassed. So
Yeah.
here's one that maybe most people don't know. His name is Louis Prima.
Okay.
Just got connected with him this summer. He's an
Okay.
old school, kind of like a little bit of scat. I love the guy.
Nothing embarrassing about either of those, especially
Yeah.
Frank. So
Good,
I
good.
respect that. What about sticking with celebrities? What about celebrity crush? Do you have one?
Oh my gosh, I do. Adam Devine.
Huh?
So he was on like Workaholics, different movies. He's
Yeah.
just a really funny guy.
Okay, that's a first on Walkin the Halls.
Yep.
Never mind. Big week, rivalry week, Michigan State, Michigan game. Who you got?
Go Green,
Go green all the way?
all the way.
Okay, it's
Yep.
been a popular sentiment on our first Walking the Halls segment. So last couple of questions here. If you weren't a school psych here at Clawson High School, what do you think you'd be doing?
If I had the skill set, I'd be a professional golfer.
Oh,
I would do that.
I've golfed with Miss Miller. She's excellent. So,
I love golf. I just like being outside.
Okay.
So that's what I'd be doing.
Okay, awesome. I think you'd be great at it. Last question. In your 8 years here, what do you like most about being at Clawson High School?
The camaraderie. I love it. I love the staff, the students. I think we have a really positive, upbeat school climate. And I just feel good walking into work every day.
Awesome. That is very telling, and we feel not just good but great when we see Mrs. Miller every day. We're so happy to have you here as part of the team, of course.
Thank you.
Can't thank you enough, and thank you for joining us on Walking the Halls.
Thanks for having me. It's
You
been a
got it.
blast.
You got it.